And here it is. We go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is. We go again. Here I am again. Are you here with me this time around? The session has commenced and your company is required. That thing that we now seem to be doing twice a day now, we're doing it for the first time today. The first installation of what happens to be an explosive session. What happens here is just in the lap of the gods. We open up the session and we wait to see what comes next. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megojuku is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megojuku is another Savior. Holy, 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 all the Megojuku is another Savior. Whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no. Hey, anamekele maduche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 holy. Is another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megojuku is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megojuku is another Savior. Holy, 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 all the Megojuku is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no. Hey, anamekele maduche mefo.
And there it is right there. Holy, holy, pardon. I have this cough that I cannot seem to shake. It's been just lingering for weeks on end now. But there it is right there. That's the, that's how it goes in this country. The weather seeps into your system and you start to have all manners of sniffles and snuffles. So sniffles and snuffles, as guys, I bring you this. We did not buy presidential nomination form for Jonathan McBahn. So McBahn, of course, being the Miyetti Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria. So the narrative that birthed the Goodluck Jonathan ticket was that the nomination form was bought for him by the Miyetti Cattle Breeders Association and an association, a community of Almajiris, because they especially appreciated what he did for them under his administration. So Miyetti Allah comes out to debunk that. We know, of course, that a lot of these associations and friends and families that people are purporting bought tickets for them, they are just ruses. These people, they buy the tickets for themselves, or they funnel the money out to a third party to buy it on their behalf. And this is no different to the Goodluck Jonathan space. He probably paid for the ticket himself, using the money he stole from the Nigerian space. He tries to hide it under the Fulanis, but they throw him away completely. We did not buy presidential nomination form for Jonathan, a headline attributed to McBahn. So that is the back and forth in that space. So that's the back and forth in that space. There was one other story that I wanted to bring you, but I think it's off my screen somewhat. But we go on to the next. I was going to bring you the narrative of Goodluck Jonathan distancing himself from that form, those forms that were bought for him. So I was going to bring you that narrative, but I've clicked it off the screen. So, but I think you may well have already come across that story anyway, because that broke since yesterday. But this story for today, 2023, zoning not solution to Nigeria's problems. Bukola Saraki speaking. He being a Fulani man on Monday, a Yoruba man on Tuesday, and then a whichever man on Wednesday. So it's a citizen of no mean city, but by instinct and by blood, he is Fulani. His family trace their roots to Mali, and I'm not sure that there are that many Yoruba people in Mali. So he now trying to clear the deck for him to get the PDP ticket and subsequently the Nigerian priced seat. So he says now zoning to be discarded. 2023, zoning not solution to Nigeria's problems, had a headline attributed to Bukola Saraki. Only 3 APC aspirants qualified to run for president. Ajulo is the person speaking. As Kayode Ajulo, Ajulo, you should say, not Ajulo, but Ajulo, Kayode Ajulo. So he's a constitutional lawyer, and he has narrowed the field within the APC to 3 aspirants. But who are they? So you have to just tarry a little to find out. Only 3 APC aspirants qualified to run for president, a headline attributed to Ajulo. So quite what led him to that thought, we'll find out just shortly. This we'll find out shortly as well. Everything presidential, of course, as you'd imagine. There's no other topic going on within the Nigerian space. 2023, 5 things I will do as president of Nigeria. Tinubu opens up. So a lot of people have been criticizing that a lot of these politicians are not speaking to policy positions. They're just canvassing for votes without actually telling the voters what to expect. So it looks as though Tinubu might well be addressing that. So we find out what exactly he's talking about. 5 things I will do as president of Nigeria. Tinubu opens up. So finally, we may or may not land on this story. This is a guy that we have been tracking all the way through, because this guy stands as an example of the Nigerian politician and the politicians in government. They're all criminals, and this guy, the test case that proves the point. Dapo Abiodun charged for assaulting police officer, Secret Service agent in fraud case, Miami Police Department. But who is Dapo Abiodun? As you all know, Dapo Abiodun is the governor of whichever state, Ogun State. But he, of course, a lengthy, almost a thesis-size criminal record in the United States. So much criminality in the United States that he has not even bothered to deny it, because everybody's just digging up, because of course, you know, they have the freedom of information thing in the United States. So people are just digging up his criminal records and publishing it all over the place. You shouldn't have a criminal record and hold a governorship position. That is what the law says. But then, of course, what regards do people have for the law in Nigeria? In fact, when I read out this story, if I do read out this story, I would share the screen so you can see the mug shot of this guy in the United States when the police were taking his photographs prior to throwing him into jail. But here he is right now, fast forward 20 years later, and he's the governor of one of the prize states in Nigeria. A convicted fraudster is the governor of one of the prize states in Nigeria. But then, of course, every single state in Nigeria, their governor are convicted fraudsters. But that is the narrative of that country. So that is the menu. Lean back, kick back, as I said, take it easy, as I said. The usual protocols, click on the like button and click on the subscribe button as well. Haven't done all the clicking, not all the clickings, but all the clickings. So haven't done all the clickings, then surrender yourself to the session and let us take you however it goes. We don't even know how it does go. You know, it may peter out into just a mundaneness, or it could spike up into an excitement. That is the nature of the space. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi go onye do I walk. O Mary Wonendizu Ungiroya Abakare. Mamanda ora, Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, and Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, and Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi.
And there you heard it right there. Nnamdi wins the war. Bonnie identity. Baba, Bonnie identity. Nnamdi wins the war, Bonnie identity. So Nnamdi wins the war, Bonnie identity. As guys, I bring you this. We didn't buy presidential nomination form for Jonathan, a headline attributed to McBahn. Pardon me. The Miyetti Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, McBahn, has denied reports that it bought presidential nomination form for former President Goodluck Jonathan for the 2023 elections. National Secretary of McBahn, Baba Uthman Ngazama, in a statement made available to correspondents, said McBahn did not and will not buy any form for any candidate contesting elections. The statement urged the media to take time to understand the difference between the various foods organization and avoid dragging McBahn into political mud. It reads in part, the attention of the national headquarters of the Miyetti Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, McBahn, had been drawn to a trending story in which we are being quoted as having bought a presidential nomination form for former President Goodluck Jonathan for the 2023 elections. We wish to make it clear that McBahn did not and will not buy any form for any candidate contesting election. As an association, we have far higher needs. As an association, we have far higher needs for money to assist our members being uprooted and killed in the Southeast and several other states in the country. McBahn does not see any gain in this kind of profligate enterprise that adds no value to the millions of our members who are wallowing in poverty as a result of banditry, cattle rustling, and the dastardly activities of self-appointed vigilantes who, for all intent and purpose, are committed to executing genocide. We believe politics should be left to politicians. We see no mileage in supporting any politician when we are overwhelmed by the crises being faced by our members nationwide. McBahn will, when the need arises, support a candidate that shows commitment to end the suffering of our members after the conclusion of party primaries by all political parties. We look forward to seeing the manifestos of the various candidates and where our member fits in to determine who to fully support. So there's a lot of mystery now shrouded around that Goodluck Jonathan form. Goodluck Jonathan, he's come out angrily to say that he has not said anybody should buy him a form, and it is indeed an insult for people to buy him forms. So we saw the video clip, which I think we played here. If I still have it, I'll play it again. We saw the video clip. We saw the video clip of the McBahn actually buying the tickets, or what purports to be McBahn. They were dressed in the McBahn regalia with the raffia hat and the Fulani loose sleeveless, whatever it is that is called. So to all intents and purposes, they were McBahn, but McBahn has now come out to say that they are not involved. So it looks as though somebody has dressed a bunch of Fulani people up and sent them to the APC secretariat with 100 million naira in their pocket to purchase a ticket under Goodluck Jonathan's name. But should that even be allowed, that people should be buying nomination forms on somebody else's behalf? Should that be addressed as a thing? So if you are interested, then you go to the secretariat and buy the forms yourself. So this idea now of hiding behind all these shadowy organizations, it was patriots and farmers that bought for what is this called, Mephi, Emefiele. It is cattle rearers that bought for Goodluck Jonathan. It was farmers and whatnot and youths and children that bought for Kinwumi Adesina. And it is Peperimpe that bought for Tinubu. So all this nonsense has to stop. But McBahn distances itself, of course, from that ticket buying, from that form buying. So from that to this, 2023, zoning not solution to Nigeria's problems. Somebody that is advantaged by that not being the case, Bukola Saraki. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki on Monday evening wooed Lagos PDP delegates for their votes ahead of the party's May the 28th and 29th presidential primary election, telling them that zoning is not the solution to Nigeria's problems. Mr. Saraki, who along with team met PDP leaders in Ikeja, said if elected as the next president, Lagos will be given special attention as an investment destination in Nigeria. He promised that within 48 months of the inauguration of his administration, efforts would be made to increase the nation's revenue through diversification, stoppage of fuel subsidy, and borrowing for consumables. On zoning of the presidency, Saraki said zoning was not the answer to Nigeria's present situation, but leadership. The ex-Kwara governor added that Nigeria needed a president with action and courage to stand and take some very bold decisions to reposition the nation. Please let me appeal to you. Pardon me. Let me have a gulp of water. I can't now seem to shake this cough. Please let me appeal to you. I am your own. Let us work together to ensure that we win the federal level and win at the state level, Mr. Saraki said. There is nobody among all the aspirants that has the same history and closeness to Lagos as myself. So that is quite a pointed thing to say. So he didn't say the aspirant, well, maybe he's speaking about his party, but even if he's speaking about the wider space, Saraki is actually from Surulere, according to Alexander Gomez, who said they grew up together in Surulere. Tinubu, of course, from Ogun State, and he's the only other candidate, of course, coming out of Lagos. And the rest of them in the PDP, none of them even, I doubt even if Wike has ever been in Lagos in his life, been to Lagos in his life. So there is nobody amongst all the aspirants that has the same history and closeness to Lagos as myself. Do not leave your own to go look for someone outside. Together, we can make this country better. My interest will be your interest. I want to appeal. Don't share your delegate votes. This is my own state. I beg you. On the call for special status for Lagos, Mr. Saraki, who describes such status as special priority, explained that the state would have special attention in the scheme of things if elected. He urged the delegates not to be deceived by any gratification, saying leadership that will make Nigeria better should be uppermost. According to him, Nigeria needs a president that has capacity, knowledge, and experience to unite the people, and that he is the best bridge between the North and the South. He also mentioned that he had the capacity to reconcile people like he did when he led the PDP Reconciliation Committee, which brought peace to some state chapters of the party. Saraki, who noted that none of the presidential aspirants in PDP and APC had his kind of experience as a former two-term governor, chairman of Governors Forum, Senate president, asserted that he had the experience to provide leadership that the nation needed. Describing himself as a team player, Saraki said that as Senate president, he shared powers with his colleagues who had confidence in him. He promised to make security, youth unemployment, and economy. He promised to work on security, youth unemployment, and economy, adding that efforts would be made to standardize the nation's ports and build more. I have shown that I can stand for what I believe in. I do not run from challenges, I face them. I am a solution provider. Every office that I have occupied, I have left it better than I met it, he told the delegates. I believe that giving your support and I become president of Nigeria, I will leave Nigeria better than I met it. I will become a chief marketing officer to sell Nigeria. The aspirant, who noted that youth and women would play key roles in his administration, recalled that as governor of Kwara State, he ensured that every local government vice chairman was a woman, whilst a third of the assembly seats were occupied by women. So pro-women, pro-youth, pro-business, pro-everything, half Yoruba, half Fulani, everything and anything to everybody and anybody. So this is Showore, not Showore, but Saraki rather, a citizen of no mean city. Only 3 aspirants qualified to run for president. Ajulo speaking. Kayode Ajulo, a constitutional lawyer, has described the emergence of many presidential aspirants for the 2023 general election as a good omen for the country. However, according to him, only 3 of the numerous APC aspirants are constitutionally qualified to contest the presidential election. From our preliminary examination of the aspirants, only 3 aspirants in the All Progressive Congress APC are constitutionally qualified to run for the president's office, Mr. Ajulo told journalists, declining to elaborate further. Amongst the APC aspirants are Vice President Oshibanjo and ex-Lagos Governor Tinubu. The legal practitioner explained that he was not surprised at the number of aspirants jostling to serve the country, adding that the number was a far cry from his expectations. Anyone with a good fortune could afford the prize, and by the way, they are only aspirants and buying the nomination form. It is not an automatic process that will translate to fielding such aspirants in the primaries because they will have to be screened first, he added. He also mentioned that for those that passed the screening, the stage will be cleared for horse trading amongst them ahead of the primaries. Mr. Adulo recalled that in 1993, 30 aspirants bought the Social Democratic Party's presidential nomination forms. In 2007, 27 aspirants bought forms on the People's Democratic Party PDP platform. Do we have 27 or 30 yet in APC? So why the worry? Mr. Ajulo stressed. If the aspirants come out to donate 100 million naira each to the party in a fundraising, tongues will wag. Tongues will wag. Hence this route. So this is exactly what Plenty Water has been saying, that this essentially was a donation. I didn't quite buy it when Plenty Water was saying it, but it looks as though this is a widely held belief. So that paragraph again, in 2007, 27 in 2007, 27 presidential aspirants bought forms on the People's Democratic Party PDP platform. Do we have 27 or 30 aspirants yet in APC? So why the worry? Mr. Ajulo stressed. If the aspirants come out to donate 100 million naira each to the party in a fundraising, tongues would wag. Hence this route. So donations, as what's his name, Plenty Water suggested earlier on in some super chats that he sent. So from that to this, 2023, 5 things I will do as president of Nigeria. Tinubu opens up. So they are now fleshing up, I suspect, policy positions. The national leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, and former Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has disclosed 5 things he will focus on if he becomes president in 2023. Speaking to party delegates on Monday in Katsina, Tinubu stated that he has all it takes to be president of the country. He explained that he possessed all the requisite qualities to be seen as a potential president of Nigeria due to his wide knowledge and experiences, as well as his track record of achievements in government. He added that as president, he would, 1, unite Nigeria and give them more hope irrespective of tribe and religion. 2, develop a new strategy and commit enough resources to fight banditry and other related crimes if voted as president. 3, focus on economic development. 4, focus on education. 5, infrastructural development to get Nigeria working again. In his words, I come to unite Nigeria and not to divide it. I come to bring you hope, prosperity, happiness, job, and stability. Though tongues may differ, the brotherhood will stand. You are my brother, and together we will defeat poverty. Anybody that wants to run can, but not everybody can become president, he said. Responding, Governor Aminu Masari of Katsina State said Nigeria needed a leader like Tinubu with wide experience in governance. He expressed the belief and confidence that Nigeria would certainly overcome the challenges confronting it. So that is Tinubu then campaigning in Buhari's home state. So this now next readout, I'm going to share the screen because I would like you to see the picture of the guy as before I set out the reading. So before I set about the reading, Dapo Abiodun charged for assaulting police officer, Secret Service agent in fraud case, Miami Police Department. So that is Dapo Abiodun on your screen, the governor of Ogun State. To the right is him as a governor, and to the left is him as a convict. So the two married together to present the Nigerian politician. There he is right there, his mugshot in America when he was frauding all over the place and physically assaulting our security agents. And here he is in his latest incarnation. I'm not even sure if he's wearing lipstick or whatever. I don't know the lifestyle that these people have, but those are the two tones of Dapo Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State, a convict and a governor. But then, of course, that is the narrative of Nigeria. Dapo Abiodun charged for assaulting police officer, Secret Service agent in fraud case, Miami Police Department. The City of Miami Police Department in the United States filed criminal charges against Dapo Abiodun in 1986, according to newly released police files seen by correspondents. Mr. Abiodun, now 61 and governor of Ogun State, violently resisted a police officer and a Secret Service agent as they tried to execute an outstanding warrant for his arrest. The warrant was issued after Mr. Abiodun failed to appear in court for a previously instituted case of credit card fraud, records show. The document said Mr. Abiodun on November the 6th, 1986, at about 8:20 p.m., resisted being handcuffed by a police officer from the Miami-Dade, pardon me, The document said Mr. Abiodun on November the 6th, 1986, at about 8:20 p.m., resisted being handcuffed by a police officer from the Miami-Dade Department and an agent of the United States Secret Service. Both were detailed to produce the then 26-year-old Mr. Abiodun in court for being at large over an ongoing criminal case. The decades-old case file was obtained by the Coalition of Ogun State Students and Youth, a political action think tank sympathetic to Abiodun Akinlade, Mr. Abiodun's challenger in the upcoming APC primaries for the 2023 gubernatorial election in Ogun State. A spokesman for Abiodun did not immediately return a request seeking comments about the discovery Monday evening. Mr. Abiodun's charges in the United States have raised concerns about his rectitude to continue as governor of a major Nigerian state like Ogun. He was first charged in the early 1986 for forgery and credit card theft, amongst other criminal activities. Following initial reports about his criminal past last month, the ruling All Progressive Congress asked Mr. Abiodun to address allegations in a petition compiled by COSSY, whereas the governor, through his lawyers, admitted his arrest in the United States. He insisted he was never convicted. Mr. Abiodun's lawyer said the matters ended at investigation, which are not sufficient to disqualify him from getting his party's ticket for a second term. They also argued that the matter was already status barred since it occurred more than 3 decades ago. Indeed, the Nigerian constitution allows a maximum of 10 years for a criminal convict to be excluded from seeking an elective office. Even if Mr. Abiodun had been convicted in 1986, 33 years has passed as of 2019 when he was first elected as governor. Revelations about Mr. Abiodun's criminal history Revelations about Mr. Abiodun's criminal history emerged months ago after one of his closest aides, Abiodun Rafiu, was arrested in New York for stealing Americans' identities to defraud the United States government. He pleaded guilty earlier this month to several counts of information and and will be sentenced in August. So the convict governor, but then of course, is that not the narrative of the entire Nigerian space? Brownberry will see you, Charles will see you, and who else do we see? The Ajale Koko. So good to have you, gentlemen. So let's start off with Brownberry. So Brownberry, then, the Dapo Abiodun narrative, is this something that you're following, and does it especially catch you off guard? But a convict as a governor, but then of course, all the governors, they are either convicts or should be. Brownberry.
Good morning, everyone. This Abiodun's he's been out there for years now. You know, he's been out there for years. And, not only him, and a lot of people in the House of Representatives as well. So they are well known as, you know, former fraudsters that made money and became business people. But is you know, most of their names are out there. Some, you know. And
fraudsters, drug dealers, bandits.
Yes, and they became just imagine someone that loves money before and became a politician. What's going to happen? It's gonna make sure that it takes all the money. That's just what it is. What are fraudsters? Fraudsters are people that love money. You know, they don't want to work. So
are we saying it's now a repentant fraudster now, and it should be trusted with the state coffers?
Once a fraudster will always be a fraudster.
And they're expecting good governance in Ogun State. No. They're expecting prudence and probity.
No, you can't get that because he wants to be the top man. He wants to be the best. He wants to drive the best car. He wants to have the best house. He wants to have, most billions in the bank. That's what, that's the mentality of a fraudster. So he's just gonna continue to milk the state, him and his cronies. So I mean, there's other one in Imo State, that we also heard that he was in that line before. So, and a lot of House of representative and House of Assemblies. I mean, we are in a lot of mess.
They're all gangsters, really.
I'm telling you, God is going to help us. And most of them have even lived abroad. It's just God will help us.
Yeah, all right. God will help us. But God will help us. But Saraki now, zoning not solution to Nigeria's problem. So this Saraki, he's a very mysterious sort of a person. He's neither a northerner or a southerner or probably even a Nigerian. But all of that wrapped into this guy, but he wants to be president. So who is he hearkening to? Is he hearkening to his Fulani blood? Is he hearkening to his Yoruba blood? Is he hearkening to his Malian blood? Because as early as 3 generations ago, his family was from Mali. So who exactly is this guy? And what does this mean that zoning should not matter? When is now our turn, zoning should not matter?
Saraki is a very cunning man, He brought them together and said, "Oh, let's have a consensus." Meanwhile, he wants to be the lead head of that consensus. And it's baffling, when these people, they left PDP just because they said Jonathan is our time. They did everything, Even some of them that didn't leave PDP, some of the governors that didn't leave PDP that were in the north. You can remember the governor of Niger, is it Babangida something? He boasted,
Aliu,
yeah,
Babangida
Lee,
Aliu. Yeah.
yeah, how they all raise money, to make sure that Jonathan will fail. So how they all work against Jonathan just because they said it's our turn. So now that is the
It
turn
was
of
quite brutal, I don't know if memory goes back that far, but when they were chasing Goodluck, it was quite
Jesus.
ugly.
Very
Very,
ugly,
yeah.
very, very ugly. Not just only that was not just only the Northerners, even the Southerners, they were brutal against Jonathan, man.
I feared for his life when at some point, I thought that they kill this
Oh
guy
my
if he
God.
doesn't leave that place. They will
Like,
kill him.
you
Yeah.
can't even imagine. Sometimes we'll send message to people because I was just supporting Jonathan at that time, just sending, but some of my friends, even some of my friends here, they will insult me. And I tell you, they are Satanists. Even some of them are from Jonathan's village. They will insult me. Jonathan is blind, is bad, is evil. I was like, okay, but we are here now. Those my friends now, they are not putting their head in shame and say, oh, So these people don't. They have no shame. You were here last for 4 years ago, for if I'm not mistaken. Saying that it's your turn. It's the turn of the north. I mean, no, sorry, 7 years ago. It's the turn of the north. Okay, 4 years ago we also 3 years ago we also okay. It's the turn of the north again. PDP gave you the slot. So what do you guys want, man? I mean, what do you really want? Do you want the peace of the nation? Do you want the development of the nation, or you want your own ambition over the development of the nation, over the peace of the nation? That's what I don't understand. I don't want to be a president. I just want to. I just want to be. I just want to be live. I just want to live in a peaceful place where I can make money, where I can live a good life. I don't know why people can't think about that. They want to be the head. They want to be the
What are you making of Saraki as a potential candidate? And what sort of president do you imagine he would make if he was the president?
I like his talks. I like what he did when he was the Senate president, but he did anything. He was just standing against
Malam
Buhari.
Buhari.
And but when it comes to what he did when he was governor, I've not really seen any achievement. I don't know what he did. In fact, most of the governors, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not because of saying anything when it comes to Peter Obi. I've not seen any governors that did anything. They were just governor borrowing money. They all left borrowing on their state with debt. I don't understand. All the governors, from 1999, they all left their state in debt. No infrastructure, nothing. And most of them are here now they want to become president. I know Akpabio did something, but I can't. I've never heard. I don't think Akpabio left any money in Akwa Ibom's coffers. He didn't leave any money. I know he also left them in debt. I mean, see, Oshomole was a gangster. He was just a gangster. He left the state in debt, somewhere that people thought, oh, this guy was a former labor leader. I mean, he was just surrounded himself with thugs, turned the state to thug, to like just. I don't know what I mean. He hasn't done
But
it.
out of the field in let's stay with PDP first. Out of the field in PDP, where would you rate Saraki in the hierarchy of preference, in your hierarchy of preference? So the list in APC: Wike, Atiku, Obi, Saraki, Tambuwal, and whoever in between, Dele Momodu. So how would you rate him in your hierarchy of preference?
Okay, if I want to rate people in my hierarchy of preference, it might not get to them, but I'm just going to rate these people. Okay.
Stay within the PDP.
Yeah, yes, within
Yeah.
the PDP, Peter Obi, the man you just said, Ovation man,
Dele Momodu.
Dele Momodu, Ayatuddin, because the rest of them, what are their antecedents? What have they
Yeah, but
done?
what is Dele Momodu's antecedent? Owambe magazine.
We know, but he built a company.
Owambe magazine. What company?
Okay,
Owambe
you want to
magazine.
talk, but he built the company.
So is
I'm
Owambe
not saying it's
magazine a
going to get to
company?
him, but I'm just
Owambe.
saying, these are the people.
I've never really understood why people really mention Jonathan. Dele Momodu or even Jonathan, but Dele Momodu and Showore are intended to say. You
People
know,
don't
these people
mention.
don't. Yeah,
People so don't mention Daily
they
Momodu
have
at
no
all.
antecedent in anything, and people keep speaking to
Okay,
them as though they were some
okay,
great
okay.
achievers in life.
Who has antecedent? Is it former vice president?
Well,
I
yeah,
think.
he has antecedents in governance.
What did he do? It was the one. It was. I mean, this guy was not loyal. He was just fighting the president. I don't know. He's coming here now and said he was the one that brought everybody to the table at that time. He's the way he's talking as if he was the one that was running Obasanjo's government. You know, I'm not. I don't know what he's capable of. He's never been a president. You understand? He has never. I mean, he was a customs officer. You know, I know that he has. They said he has a business, but I'm just saying people that if I have my way, people that are people that have run business before. You understand? Like that guy Ayatuddin. Uh, uh, Peter. It might not get to these people, but I'm just saying. I'm just telling you my preference. Yeah.
All right. But if I was to do the same thing, I'll probably have Saraki above all of them. I have Saraki,
What
and
has
then
Saraki done?
because he has antecedents in politics. He was a two-term governor, as he said. He was the
Wait.
president of the Senate. He knows the inner workings of politics, and it is questionable. A lot of people would debate that he was successful as a governor and the Senate president. A lot of people would debate that he wasn't. But if you talk of his antecedents, he certainly has a strong political backdrop. So he's not going to come in as an apprentice or a learner on the job, but
But you should come and tell.
he's
But
a stronger candidate than Peter Wike, that's for sure.
he should come and tell us what he has done.
Peter Obi rather.
No,
Yeah.
he should. Oh no, come on, man. You Peter Obi. What has
Yeah.
he done? I mean,
Well,
I like
he
the
has
man.
a
Don't get
stronger
me wrong.
CV. He has a stronger CV
I
than
like
Peter
the man.
Obi.
He
People keep
comes
saying
very-
Peter Obi left some 2 billion in the account and he did this, that, and the other. He didn't really do anything. It's just a.
What do you want him to do? Education is very important. You know that.
Right.
That's it for the PDP.
All right. And do your hierarchy preference for APC just for balance.
APC. I mean, Osibajo has never been a president. He has never been a governor. But what we have heard so far is that is a man of integrity, like they were saying about Buhari.
Look at UK doing fine boy all over town.
So,
They are chasing babes again. Look at this guy.
Osibajo is there, and who else? Who else there? Osibajo, the guy from the east. What's his name again? That just
Amechi.
No, just forget Amechi. That just picked up Ogbonaya.
Oh no.
Ogbonaya Onu. For now, those are. I mean, Tinubu will be the third one, because before Tinubu become, a governor, he was doing well. He's well educated, and the rest of them are just gangsters. Amishi, you want to say is just talks anyhow.
All of them are gangsters, bro.
Yeah.
All right. UK, where are you off to? Are you off chasing women again? This man.
I'm just cruising, man. I'm just cruising, living my life. I'm not gonna kill myself.
Look at, I can't kill myself.
I have some business. I have some business to conduct. Somebody needed something, so I'm going to start to go and get this.
Have you lost weight? You look like you have lost weight.
Well, yes, because since I came back, I'm trying to recover all my money.
All right. So the hustle begins again.
Yeah, no, time is money now. For Nigeria,
yes.
You don't even talk about money, but once you enter here, spirit will change again.
Yes. All right. Good to see you. Okay. So let's get back to Brownberry and Brownberry. So we spent a lot of time discussing Goodluck Jonathan's nomination from protest. And then Goodluck Jonathan then came out quite angrily saying that it's an insult for anybody to purchase nomination forms for him. But then the story gets even more muddied. The people that purportedly purchased the nomination form for him, they've now come out to say they did not purchase the nomination form for him. But then what has even subsequently emerged is Goodluck Jonathan now rushing to the home of the APC chairman, Abdullahi Adamu, to have a meeting and take photographs. So what are you then making of this muddied water that is the Goodluck Jonathan narrative, Brownberry?
Before you called me in, I was just trying to, because I was watching that newspaper review on Arise this morning. I wanted to confirm, it was not really, they said it was true. So I was also listening to Abati before you called in. Because I don't know if that meeting was today or if that was, sometimes before, so we don't know when that picture was taken. If that picture was taken today or it was taken recently, and that would not be good. That's damaging, very, very. Because
but the narrative though that McBam bought him, they even published a video clip of people dressed in McBam regalia.
They've refuted it now.
But they've refuted it now. Yeah. So what exactly? And then he's come out and really to say nobody should be using his name in vain. It's just it's as confused can get.
Those Miyetti Allah, they've said there's 2 governors from the north that bought it, not them. So I think they've done their own investigation. They said, they find out that it's 2 governors from the north that bought that bought that form. I don't know. I'm really ashamed, really, to be honest with you. If Jonathan is really playing this game, he should just come out and tell the world, because we know that his media boys, they are all talking and said, no, it's not. Even Abati saying that nothing like that. But
it's a lie.
With this picture we are seeing here, it's kind of confusing, man. Just
the things that we do know, Goodluck Jonathan, he has not debunked that he's not interested, because if he wanted to shut it down,
he has a Twitter handle. If you want to shut it,
he could have shut it down. And the other thing we know is that there's a form bought for his presidential nomination under the APC ticket. So whether he's protesting and is doing all this righteous indignation and flapping and doing cartwheels, the form is already bought. So so he's still in the game. So the only thing that would have categorically shut him down is if yesterday had expired and there was no form under his name, but there's a form under his name. So he's still in the game. And then they are saying this photograph was taken a long time ago. People are saying these are photographs that what reason does he have to make? Adamu has not been the chairman of the party 3 months, so that's really within that space of time. When all the clamorings is that he's this guy is trying to be too clever by half.
But remember that Adamu was in PDP before, so I don't know. We'll find out before the end of the day if that photograph was recent. If that photograph was today, we'll find out. But one thing I want to say is that once the House of the National Assembly comes back, I'm very certain that they are going to pass it that no group should ever come out and buy form for anyone. It is
unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. If the groups are coming with you that they are representing, you should be at the forefront. You must be there, because we can't be having this confusion.
The one thing about Nigerians is they are the greatest skill. All right, who's calling you? You don't have friends. Since when did you start having friends that you're getting phone calls? Look at this guy. But the one thing about the Nigerian person is that the most thing that they are adept at is flouting rules. As soon as a rule comes out, the Nigerian already knows how to break it. Now they are hiding behind friends.
Let somebody else take that message.
All right. Let me go on then from you to Ajale Koko as you attend to matters. So Ajale Koko, so this Goodluck Jonathan space, can you clear it up for us? Because we're still as confused as we were when we first heard that he wants to run. The only thing that can clear it up is for Goodluck Jonathan to call a press conference and say to the media that, look, I am not interested. And then we can hold him to that. But he dilly-dallies, he balances it on some equivocation, some ambiguity. He's saying he's indignant that they bought forms for him, but forms already exist. So he's still in the game. So, and then he's meeting with Adamu, and they're telling us it was a long time ago. Confusion over confusion over confusion. Unravel it all for us, Ajan Lekoko.
Good morning, woman. Good morning, everybody. And to our viewers, wherever you are, all over the world, I said good morning to you. Maybe your afternoon over there, wherever you are, or evening time. We are in morning time in the United States. Please thumbs up if you haven't done that. Do that right now. Share and subscribe if you have not done that as well. One man, Jonathan is acting dubious, acting desperate, and is acting like a person that lack credibility. The statement that his spokesperson issued out that Jonathan is not part of did not ask those people to buy form on his behalf, and he totally rejected it and stuff like that. It's not a statement that we should
give any credence to.
No, there should not be any credence to it. It's just a public relation statement right there to make sure Jonathan look good at the moment. Oshibajo spokesperson was saying the same thing too before he finally.
Yeah, so that
yes, he was going around and saying, no. You see, when you see politician doesn't make a categorical statement by themselves, and they are sending their spokesperson to make this statement for them, believe it that they have not taken. They are playing some game behind the scene. So that is what Jonathan is doing. So Jonathan started this 2 years ago when Mia Malabuni was the caretaker
chairman
of the party. If you may recall,
yes.
He visited Jonathan back then. That was when he started romancing with APC. That was when I think it was being lured into APC to be their members, and since then, Jonathan have tactically abandoned PDP. You remember the PDP convention where all the leaders were present?
Yes, we tweeted it here.
Yes, the former president, the immediate past president of Nigeria.
He escaped to Kenya.
Yeah, he said he went to Kenya. He didn't do it. The last gubernatorial election in his state, the governor of the APC was the one that Jonathan pulled behind. In fact, it was a Jonathan boy, the gubernatorial candidate of APC. So Jonathan has been part of APC since 2 years ago. He was just doing it behind the scene. So for us to believe Jonathan, to believe his position that is not really part of this, is not really interested in the race, is for him to come out and make a categorical statement. I am not interested. Nobody should buy form for me. I don't need it. I am a private citizen. I am an elderly statesman. leave me alone. I'm not interested in this game. That is when, yes, we can
And
hold.
he should say it himself, not through a spokesperson.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It should come out to the public and say it. So all this one that spokesperson is saying is just a lie. It's just to steal, package his image that is for the moment that is not there. But the incident that happened last night, for Jonathan to visit the chairman of APC at 9 o'clock in the night, tells us that Jonathan is up for something in this presidential race. So, but it's just shameful that a former president of Nigeria cannot stand his position. We cannot really understand his position on issue. All this shaky and dilly-dallying and all this is just telling us the person, who Jonathan, his personality is just telling us the kind of person that Jonathan is as a person himself. So, and it's very shameful that
who does his entry into the APC? Because we have to assume now he has the nomination form, he has met the chairman. So forget all the protestations. We have to go with what we know as factual. He has the nomination form, he has met the chairman. So those are the precursor to a formal announcement. Oh, my people have forced me to. I have to listen to the voice of my people. You do usual nonsense, then he'll say against my. So who would his entry into the APC race impact on the most amongst the runners and riders, by your reckoning?
Who will what?
Who would Goodluck Jonathan's entry into the APC presidential race? Who would it impact on them? Who will it affect the most out of all the aspirants, the serious ones? So how would it impact on Tinubu, Oshibanjo, and Miyetti, and Kayode Fayemi, who would consider to be the real candidates already in play?
One man. The impact is going to be on the entirety of the party. The other contestants are not even the issue, but the party itself. What does APC represent? What is APC up to? What did APC told us about Jonathan in 2014?
He told us it was the clueless, useless, fraudulent, all the lengths they do at him. Clueless, fraudulent, criminal, stupid, docile.
So, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to do now? So, it should tell us that APC is a party that is not meant to serve the people, but to serve some cabal. And that is what we have seen for the past 7 years. They have not.
How are they able to, Ajale Koko, how are they able to give Goodluck Jonathan the presidential ticket, and then still hold the party together? How would they be able to navigate that?
That is why we said Jonathan jumping into the race will have a negative impact on the party. The question you ask now, that how are they going to navigate that? That is the problem. That is the real problem. How would they be able to do it? If they want to force it on the rest of on others in the race? Did they want to impose it on him? Who had the power behind Jonathan coming into APC? What have they guaranteed him? Because if they have not guaranteed him anything, they won't just want to jump into the race. He must have been giving some assurances that, look, don't worry about it. We have the game. We are in charge. We're going to make it possible. People that are going to cry will cry. Don't worry.
They must and that guarantee would have been at the highest level.
At the highest level.
Even at the Buhari level.
At the highest level, including the president in this game. So, but Jonathan as a person, what is, I mean, how does he not know that it's going to change the interests of the South?
Of his people.
Huh?
His people.
Okay, so Ajale Koko, you know that, I know that, so of course he knows that. But how do you think he's justifying that? How do you think he's factoring that in his calibration? What is his thinking to say that I have only one term, the South wants 2 terms, but I will go in? Because he knows full well that as soon as he's finished in his term, even before he finishes, the North are already circle wagoning around the presidency again. So how is this just selfishness like we've never seen before? What's the thinking? By what do you suspect his thinking could be? He knows. So what is he doing?
Well, it's selfishness of the highest order, and he will just tell us that Jonathan does not want to be a leader at all. I mean, for him to jump into the race will tell us completely, me particularly, that this man does not want to lead at any level whatsoever. Because a leader must always think about the interests of his people first. So if the interest of the Southerner is at stake now, that is our turn to grab this position of presidency, and we know that the maximum terms of office, 2 terms of office, which is 8 years in office, why does Jonathan want to jump into the race when he knows fully well that by the virtue of Constitution, by the provision of the some section of the Constitution, he cannot serve more than 1 term? So if he jump into this race, he should tell us that that man is the most selfish man, is the most, I mean, he lack credibility, he lack every sense of purposefulness as a leader, and it should be condemned in entirety by the whole South. The whole South to jump out, leadership in the whole South should jump out and condemn him and rattle him and rubbish him completely and make it impossible for him to get that.
Ajale Koko, what are you making of the sort of the proposition that this might well be some sort of 3-dimensional chess being played to have again a Fulani man as the president? So we're looking at that on the presumption that Atiku gets the ticket for PDP. So Atiku gets the ticket for PDP. They foist Goodluck Jonathan on the party. The party will hemorrhage, and then the South will recoil against the idea, because we all know the narrative that he only has 1 term, and we all know that if he serves 1 term, the North will not accept, they can accept or not accept, but they will certainly agitate to have the power back. So are they calibrating then that annoyance that this would generate would automatically cascade to say that let's just have Atiku if we are going to, have to surrender to Goodluck Jonathan? Is this some sort of good three-dimensional Fulani play, or is that conspiracy theory going too far?
Obviously, conspiracy theory, but you see, if I think it's just the how do I say, the APC, the cabal in APC are desperately looking for somebody that will keep the status quo, and they don't have the confidence in some of the leading candidates in the party. Maybe Tinubu or Shibajo and some others. They don't really have confidence that they can keep the status quo. They believe they can, the present structure. They believe that they can dismantle it, and when they put fairness and justice into play in the new structure, it will cut the it will cut a lot of strategic position that the Fulanis are occupying now. It will cut them out, and that will not be in the favor of the Fulani. So they are looking for somebody that can be used, somebody that is a yes man. Possibly, I think they have seen Jonathan as a person that that can fit well into that position. I haven't studied him for 6 years when he governed, because he pampered the North. He pampered them for 6 years, and on top of it, they did not even they kick him out of power. So, but that by the side, but I just think that they are looking for somebody that they believe can keep the status quo, and within a short period of time, and power will return. After that, power will return to the North. So, but Jonathan, if Jonathan is a real leader, if Jonathan believe that he have a responsibility, he has to keep his legacy, the legacy of losing election and handing over to a democratically elected president. And since then, I've been serving the West Africa, and United Nations. If a person that really believes in his legacy, I think Jonathan should not fall into that trap. That is the way I see it. On the side of you're trying to say something.
Do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to ask you a question though.
Let Grant go first, and then after you, okay. Baba T. But look at talk now. I was just looking at the size of your wallet as you are walking about, brandishing. Have you been robbing a bank? What's going on? Have you? What is going on? Yeah, you are Mr. Big Shot. Mr. Big Shot. Oh yeah. Quick.
I won't buy milk for children. They say they won't drink milk.
All right.
Make I show them now. Make I show your people.
All right.
I think we're supposed to drink for Nigeria. This one
come on, let's be serious here.
We're supposed to eat. Now so life supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't grab them.
Go ask me, go sit down. Okay. UK. You sit down.
Once upon a time, we had Samco, but let's say from Grad.
Make it continue. Now make it continue so that at least when we come, we go grab what you go eat now. At least the oil with the pump. Now say everybody's supposed to, when you come, you're not gonna fear anybody. You go just come grab your thing, they go your way.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. One day we'll get there. But let's hear from Grant, who wants to put a position to Adanle Coco. Grant, here to you.
Okay, Adanle Coco, I just wanted to ask you a question. Good luck, Jonathan. Don't you think like we used to say in this platform, is an open field. He's playing his own politics. What do you think he's playing his own politics as well? So it's politics. So let everyone play their own politics. That's the way I say it, and that's what I'm asking Ajali Koko.
It's not. It's trying to play a bad politics, a politics that will set the entire South backward. Because if
but remember, he's also a Southerner, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. But it's
exactly.
serving more his interest than the interest. So you're saying he's playing his politics, but he's playing his own personal self-interest politics.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he's playing personal. That's the way he's playing it.
No, it does matter. It does matter. It does.
Politics where he's playing politics that almost 98% of the Southerners are not supporting him. So how is he gonna succeed?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I just feel it's open.
It's going to change our maximum years in office, which is 8 years. It cannot serve more than 4 years in office. Do you know that?
What?
Exactly, Ajali Koko. That's why we the other Southerners need to play more and make sure he doesn't get it.
Yeah, that's what we are saying.
Exactly. So I don't see anything. What I'm trying to say, I don't see anything wrong with what Jonathan is doing. He's playing his own. That's his own way because he knows if he doesn't get
it is wrong because
Grant.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
You don't see a problem. I mean, the nerve, the audacity for him to even come out to join the people that defeated him shows him that it's either an account.
Lacks honor, or lacks honor is the thing. Yeah.
How can you be a willing tool to destroy your own region? I mean, this is a bigger play right now. Let's look at have a bird's eye view for a second. We all know the game did not is playing. Don't tell me that naive enough not to know that is being used. How can you then place your own interest because you want to go back in power to have these people come back to power using you as an instrument of destruction of your own people? I mean, don't give me that explanation, please. I'm not buying that, Grant.
You see, I keep saying you guys say I'm lying when I say it now. Yes, come to two. I just said when it's going to have more power. I told you guys. That wasn't listening.
No, it's politics. It's not anything like you said. It's politics.
That coming back to you.
Look, please, one man, please. The whole idea of good luck being used to destroy APC for Atiku to emerge is not far-fetched.
No, yeah, I believe it.
The North will sacrifice APC if it means that they will get their people there.
Oh yes.
So don't call it the I think it was Sajai that was saying that earlier.
Yeah, but we know whichever way it goes anyways. Whosoever comes out in APC and Atiku comes out, Atiku is going to win anyways. So
whosoever. What do you mean?
Whosoever. It doesn't matter who's coming out from that side. Atiku is going to win.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's gonna win.
No.
I don't know.
That's not true, Grant.
That's not true.
If they get Tinubu or Amechi or
then they bring out Tinubu, they will still the Northerners will still go around Atiku. If they bring out Osibajo, the Northerners will still go around Atiku. So what are we saying?
No, it's this idea that we always think of the Northerners as a monolith. They are not a monolith. They're a cross-breed, cross-religion.
Help us let this guy.
Yeah.
But Grant's saying it too. You got to lie to yourself. That's what.
Don't worry. No. We're talking about more complex. Just settle down, Charles. Yeah.
I think what Jonathan would have done. Jonathan would have joined PDP, and to make sure that we have, would have joined PDP.
That would make.
What's he going to do in PDP?
Hold on. Not to become a president. He would have even purchase a form, you understand? But to make sure that we have to, because once APC sees that, they also want to make sure that they bring out Satana, okay? So that at the end, I'm just saying this as a patriotic person, okay? If he was that patriotic, he would have joined PDP, purchased a form, but he's not going to be a president, just to make sure that we have two Satanas from two major parties. So before the days before the primaries, he would just put his weight upon somebody. At that time, it's just too short for APC to start scrambling and bringing northern candidates. You understand? So that South will be, at the end of the day, APC will come out, APC will have a certain candidate, and PDP will have a certain candidate. That's what he would have done. They would have done this together, come together, and just, do this kind of.
But there's no patriotic politician now.
There are.
Where?
I mean, you're just gonna tie all of them as they are. I mean, they are.
But do you know what's funny to me? Do you know, like, if we had an effective media in Nigeria, I really want to hear from El-Rufai, Lai Mohammed, and Buhari if Goodluck joins APC. Because they were bashing this guy for years. Remember, they were bashing him for 3 years that he was incompetent, he was ineffective. So use that same mouth to not defend him for getting you ticket of your party. If you had a media in that country,
it's going to be hard for it's going to be hard for this man, for Jonathan,
El-Rufai and Lai Mohammed to defend a Goodluck in APC. Are you kidding me?
Because the shame is just too much. Even
we have videos of you bashing this dude for 2-3 years that he was inept. So now defend the same guy that you told us that was inept, that you want him to have a ticket of your party. That's what
these guys are politicians now. They are politicians. They will only come back and tell you, he's good.
No. Tell me what. Defend them. You go ahead. Okay.
It's just like.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. You are El-Rufai. I want you to now defend Goodluck. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me just give you one example. Just one example. Buhari that has been there that have done nothing, right? And then what are you hearing from Osibajo and the rest? They are still saying, "Oh, I will continue from when Buhari stopped."
The best president ever, they said.
Exactly. So this thing is just, they will say nothing. What's going to happen? They will tell you, he's in that.
Grab, please.
Okay, let me defend him. Okay, let me say, okay.
You are El-Rufai.
Okay.
Defend Goodluck in APC.
Okay. I would say, oh, we didn't know what happened then. It was, we misunderstood it then, but now we understand.
Really?
Yes.
You don't finish now. You don't
finish. Now you understand better. You don't finish what you won't do.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, now. It's as simple as that, my brother. It's not hard.
You just say something and walk away.
Exactly, you're walking away. After everybody was a sinner, now you've changed.
One man, do you
Nigeria.
your fellow Nigerians? Do you see your fellow Nigerians?
But this is politics now. This is what is going to happen. You yourself,
I don't know.
Abati just said right now that before the end of today we'll know. We'll find out.
Yes, but you have to understand Abati's bias. Abati was one of the spokespersons of Goodluck Jonathan. So if you are hearing from Abati or you are hearing from Breno Mokri, you have to put a proviso to anything they have to say, knowing who they are, his master's voice,
Abati, he will want that position back, so he wouldn't mind.
That's the reason why I love the American media. There's no way Goodluck can do that here. Fox News will just destroy the guy. No way. There's no way you can. They will bring all the tapes out. The video will be playing 24/7. Everything you've said about the guy, they will be playing it every day. But it's Nigeria anyway, so
it's quite sad that there is no media platform in Nigeria that gives you a balanced view. Everybody is partisan.
Everybody just it's sad. It's a kind of.
All right, Ajale Koko, round of your thoughts on that space, and then for reasons of time, I'll go on to Thomas if we still have him. Ajale Koko, back to you.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that Jonathan is trying to put himself in a big mess. It's time to rubbish his personality. His credibility is at stake now. If he finally jump into this race, that will define him as a complete a foolish man in entirety. It will show that this man does not want to be a leader at any level at all. Because if Buhari has even guaranteed, say, we will give you, it doesn't mean that the politicians on the ground are stupid. It doesn't mean that Tinubu and the rest and all of them are stupid. They make it possible for APC to win in 2014, and they can still do something to make APC fail. So a leader must be a futuristic thinker, a person that can think, analyze, and can picture what is coming, what the future, how the future could be. So, but if Jonathan could jump into this, if he just tell me that he doesn't understand the nitty-gritty of politics at all, it just depends on the rule of man. Yeah, the rule of man. He believe Buhari that don't worry, I will give it to you, as if military from one military regime to another military. This is politics. Those on the ground, politicians on the ground, can switch the table. They can turn the table. The way they did it against him in 2014, it can still be done against him this time around. So Jonathan, if he really love himself, if he really want to protect his name, his legacy, and everything that God has done for him, because he came from nowhere to be the deputy governor, vice president, and president. So if he doesn't want to rubbish all of that good thing that God has done to him, he should not jump into this race. That is the best thing that he could do to save his head, save his family name, save his people, the people of Ijaw and the entire South. It is not ridiculous as we are foolish people, because that is what is going to amount to. They go say, look at, they just dangle carrot to them, and they just fall, particularly an immediate past president. It's just leaving the party that make you what you have politically today. You're leaving it to a party that have run the country for 7 years and run it aground. They destroyed the economy of the country. They destroyed, the insecurity is worsening under them. The currency value is like, it's turning to paper. Everything
Jaffa is after you, Ajanle Koko.
Everything is being, they fail in entirety, and that is the team you want to go and join. It is a shame. It is a complete shame. If he jump in this stage, it will be very bad.
A part of me actually wants him to come in and get embarrassed, just as punishment.
That is what is going to. That is what is going to happen to him
for his greed and avarice.
Yeah, greed. Yeah, that is what is eventually going to happen to him.
But Ajanle Koko, Jafar counters you. He says, at Ajanle Koko, what if he shortchanged you for years? Have you forgotten he stole the northern space from 2011 to 2015? What if this is a case of poetic justice? So he's still saying then that that he should have ceded the space to the northerner to complete Yadua's tenure. I think they're still holding on to that grudge space. But
what sense does that make sense? What is saying now? It doesn't make sense now. I mean, what Jonathan? If Jonathan, what said, does that make sense? What Jonathan will have done well. What Jonathan will have done well.
Hold on, Ajale Koko. Sally, use a headphone. We're hearing bounce back from you. Sally, use a headphone. All right, so back to Ajale Koko, yeah.
What Jonathan will have done well was for him not to have contested the 2014 election. He should have given it to the North. He should have allowed the Northerner within the party to be the candidate. That would have made him one of the greatest leaders ever in that country and in Africa. But the greed of this man was what made him to jump into that race, and that was why the party break up under his watch.
And it's still that same greed that is being demonstrated.
And the same greed that he is still trying to exercise, want to jump into this. I hope, maybe by tomorrow, he will come out and prove us wrong.
No, I don't think so, I don't think so.
I hope he will do that.
I don't think so.
Jonathan will do that.
You know what they are like in the creeks?
Yes. And yesterday, I was calling on Papa Clark to jump out right there, right now, and condemn him and tell him that the job people will not back him. They will not support, because Baba Clark have been clamoring for Eastern presidency, for Easterner to be the next president. And the same way Papa Ayo Adebayo has been clamoring that on the basis of fairness, on the basis of equity, on the basis of justice, it is the turn for the East. So Papa Clark should come out and tell the nation, particularly the job people, Jonathan, if he jump into this race with APC, is not representing us, and we are not going to back him. I think that will bring up a strong opposition voice against him.
Let me please.
Hold on. Just hold on 1 second. I think Sally is here to defend her brother from the Creeks. So, Sally, are you equally aghast that Goodluck Jonathan, the greed and avarice, insatiable lust for power, to the point of throwing the whole entire South under the bus? What are you then making of Goodluck Jonathan then purchasing the APC form?
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. I've been hearing everyone, banging and deliberating on this issue. We were expecting it one way or the other, even in our exclusive Rivers and South and Southeast groups. See, one thing you have to understand is that Jonathan is a gentleman, like you all said, you all agree. But there's one thing about him is that he's a natural leader, natural in the sense that when he finds where there are issues, he's that type of person that actually goes out there to make some kind of mediation or, remedy. So I think you can't take that personality away from him, no matter how you call him, that is greed. I don't see him as a greed person. And I don't think he portrayed any aspects of greediness at the time that he was in power for the much that he did. I mean, come on, there was no balance between the progress, economic progress in the North and the South. And he just went out of the way to make sure that he could uplift those Amajiri children and make sure they had all the connections and all the resources to be able to, develop themselves. So I don't see all that of, saying that he was a fool, he was this, he was that. Being gentle doesn't mean that you're a fool. The fact that, you are a leader, you're not only leading the South.
You don't think he pandered? You don't think he pandered?
I don't think so. The only thing I have an issue with is the fact that I've already sworn that I will never swear for anything APC. I will never vote for anything APC because I've seen the way that APC handled this government. And like Dina Melaye says sometimes, APC is just an NGO. It's not a political party because I really don't see them, effectively working on their ideals and, making sure that, governance is delivered efficiently to the people. So that is the issue I have. The fact that it's APC, that organization is a trouble that I have with. But I am sure that if Jonathan had another time, I'm just saying if he had another time, he'd be able to, carry on from where he stopped and look particularly at the issues that, facing Nigeria. One thing you have to realize is that although we are all wishing for an Igbo, somebody of the Igbo, specifically an Igbo, not just a Southeast or South. Maybe there are some parts of Southeast that are not even Igbo. I don't know, but what he is actually there to do is to mediate and intervene the particular situation we're having, the divide and
Sally, Goodluck Jonathan has only one term left constitutionally. So, however and whatever, he only serves for 4 years. Who do you anticipate succeeding him?
I've not thought of the person that will succeed him because even look at all the people that have actually lined up now from the APC side. There's so many. So where do you look? You're looking at this, you're looking at that. There's just so many.
No, I'm talking in terms of region. When Goodluck Jonathan, you see, the calculation will be Goodluck Jonathan has only 4 years left, but the South, they want their full 8 years complement. So what happens after Goodluck Jonathan finishes? So what happens? a Southerner replaces Goodluck Jonathan to complete that 8-year slot. But then that Southerner that comes in to succeed Goodluck Jonathan, he comes in under the pretext of completing Goodluck Jonathan's completing the Southerners 8-year slot. But when he comes in, he has a free run for 8 years. So he's now not going to, after 4 years, give it up. He would then insist that the Constitution allows him to serve 2 terms. So then you would have a 12-year Southern term if Goodluck Jonathan comes in. So the North will clamor heavily for power to transit back to the North. If power transits back to the North, then we would have had 16 years of Northern rule interspersed by a 4-year Southern rule. So there's a lot of problems that this guy is creating by his greed and avarice.
No, I don't. Please, let's take that word greed away. Every one of us, if we are called out and said, listen, come and do something, the way we are, fervent about the things that are going on in Nigeria, we will comply. It will not be because someone might think I'm not qualified, or you are not qualified, or we have not qualified, because we haven't really been in the depths of the politics itself. But as grown human beings, as grown, nurtured human beings, anyone can actually get up and follow the principles of democracy, follow the principles of, delivering value to people and get this thing right. Even a very young person can do this. So I don't think he should be excluded if at all it is legal for him to take that position as an aspirant. I don't see why he should be excluded from doing this. And I don't want to keep referring to the fact that he's greed in what way? What did he do?
Can I ask
it's a lust for power, isn't it?
Can I ask Sally a quick
lust for
question?
power? Because prior to this, he's been going to Mali, he's been going to all these places, he's going to settle issues, he's going to, it is not. I mean, it's just his nature to be that kind of person that mediates and brings people together. So I think the reason why they're giving him the opportunity is perhaps because they feel he'll be able to bridge the divide between the North.
No, it's because he has to one term. That's why they're giving him.
Can I ask him a quick question, please? Can I ask Kai a quick question?
Yeah. Question from
okay. Morally, I just want to say that I love what's his name, Jonathan, and when we worked hard for him before. Morally, you think morally, is this the right thing that he's doing?
Well, on the moral side, I would say what he's doing can be said to be legitimate, given the way that Nigerians cross parties back and forth. But for me, I'm usually resolute. In this country, I cannot vote for conservative. In this country, in Nigeria, I cannot vote for APC. And that is it. That is me, But I cannot use myself to paint others. He himself is someone who's got a lot of thoughts about people. I think he has that resilience, and he has that appearance to be seen to be, from what I know of him, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Because even in his hometown, Otuake, which is just next door to my not far from my own village. I have seen that the only thing he did there was put a university, which was even a big deal to, put it together, So he didn't take all the funds from where he could have easily done so, to build, railways and build everything in around that area that, actually has those needs, So I wouldn't want people to condemn him. He's probably he's feeling the way we are feeling. Maybe he's not shouting his own bit out, or the way Shawara is feeling, or any other person is feeling. But maybe he just wants to give this last chance to go in and see what he can actually pull together. And everyone has been cursing him, saying he is not strong enough. Perhaps he wants to come and show that strength and, basically see how we can bridge. I'm not by all means saying I'm supporting him, but I'm saying that he has a purpose. There's a purpose. There's something that he can do. So let's not say that
it's nothing to do with
his
village. It's nothing to do with his village being next to yours, Sabi. Nothing to do with that.
Nothing at all to do with his village being next to mine. Because I see him as a gentleman. He's somebody that listens to
change the
people.
whole South for his own ambition. What does he got to do for 4 years?
Unapproachable. Good luck, Jonathan is approachable. He's somebody that one man, can go there and say you want to see him.
Nobody's denying that.
You see, the problem we have is that we like to defend our own. We like, you know.
You don't have to put it like that, Dan Lekoko. We've gone past
that. We like
that.
to defend all this indefensible way of defending our own. It's just the problem with us.
If that is the case, you're also guilty.
Okay, tell me where I'm guilty.
You're also guilty because
tell
then
me now.
You are looking at Obasanjo and you say all the best things about him. A lot of people
no, that's not true.
No, that is true.
The man lives next to me in Egbata and we hate him. So that's not true. Please,
okay, I will say some good things that
has the right to defend.
I will say good things that Obasanjo did. But this one that Jonathan is trying to do is a very bad thing. It's taking on the wrong course that will sustain the interest of the entire South. He has to be condemned. You're supposed to condemn her. You shouldn't champion this cause. You shouldn't be telling us here that, oh, he's trying to do change. What does he want to do? What has he not done before that he want to go and do now for 4 years?
Okay, so who do you think can do this out of the people? Because one man
he should support Obi. He should jump behind Peter Obi.
Adanle Koko, hold on. Sally wants to respond to what you just said. Sally.
Yeah, what I was saying to him is that, so who in the lineup, apart from Showore, because then Showore, we don't know how far he will go.
Showore,
and I don't think he will go far. I don't think in the Nigerian scenario he will go far. You know what people.
Yeah, you are right. But he should put his weight behind Peter Obi.
Peter Obi's will be like, that's.
He should jump.
But even Peter Obi, everyone was casting him here, saying that he's tight with money. He's not going to be. He doesn't speak well enough.
Forget about all those ones.
He has an annoying
going about record. We want Easterner to be president. He should jump behind it. He should support Baba Edwin Clark. He should support Baba Ayo Adebanjo. He should support the right people on the right path and not go the wrong way.
So let me ask you a question, right? If you want Easterner to have a chance, how far do you think that Easterner, and Easterner on what basis? Because are you looking at that zone as per the old southeastern region, or you're looking at it as just Igbo?
The 5 states.
No,
the five states
in the
that
east.
are contained mostly
east.
The Igbo.
Yes, East, right? Eastern Nigeria.
So do you think that the Ijaw people got enough chance?
Why? Jonathan was an Ijaw man. He had a shot.
Okay, so
he had a shot.
Excuse me, but he during his time he made the first chief of staff to be. I think the chief of staff of the Navy, the chief of staff of Army staff was an Igbo person. He was the first to actually actualize that.
So what?
And what does that got to do with presidency?
Hold on.
No, you can't say and so what? Because if he has not been in record that has actually happened before, and he said that precedence, then you cannot say and so what? Because nobody else will give any Igbo any chance like that.
We are talking of presidency this time. We are not talking about chief of staff. We are talking of the head of the head.
What I said is saying is that Goodluck Jonathan's record, it actually spans right across the country, that he more interested in doing good for the country than just the narrowness of ethnic tribes. And she's citing the example that he made an Igbo man the chief of army, which is the first time in the country.
That was the question I was asked.
No, but she's fleshing out a narrative that says that is coming in with the best of intentions.
It just shows that she's being biased. Sally.
No, she's not. No,
she is not biased.
Sally is not biased. She speaks.
No. One man, you cannot defend her. You can't defend her now.
But I am saying,
you can't defend her. You know this, but when it comes to Jonathan, she supports her all the time.
And I watch you guys.
All right.
Let me lie.
No, hold on. Let Sally flesh out her position. So allow allow her to so carry on, Sally.
I am being very objective here. I myself, can I talk, please, gentlemen? Can I talk? Can I speak?
Are you calling Babati? Are you calling Babati a gentleman? You must be the first person on this.
Once in a while, allow ladies to talk too now.
We brought in.
It's not only about power. It's about the
hold on, everybody. The only voice I want to hear is Sally B. Sally, to you. Yeah.
It's not just about power. It's about delivering services and equitable governance to people. Please, guys, get this thing. It's not about
you are not right. That's not true.
Can I finish, please? You can have your views. I want you every single day.
Let her land, and then you can.
And I enjoy the conversations, but at least once in a while.
Sorry, Sally, carry on. Carry on.
So I think with this kind of dominion, is the kind of demeanor, he has the kind of demeanor that we can actually sit down, like he set up the conference and he was going to actualize it. But unfortunately, he did not win the second time. And I believe that if he comes back in, he's going to reopen that chapter and give everyone a chance, whether it's going to be a referendum, whether it's going to be a discussion on restructuring, whether it's going to be structuring to the zones and so on, or even changing completely to parliamentary system, which I think is the most efficient system for our kind of paradigms and the way we behave. The only thing that can actually help us will be total, parliamentary system. And then we can just have a president who is just ahead and just, going about visiting United Nations and all those places that we never get anything from. Because what we need is action on execution on the ground. And we need somebody who will be able to listen, and somebody who will be able to bring in people like Okonjo-Iweala, somebody who will be able to bring in knowledgeable people to create a good and a strong political and economic teams that would actually reach out to people and begin to get things done. So I think he will be capable of playing that role. Seeing what he's been doing, he could have just been relaxing in some.
Do you think he's robust enough? It didn't. It seems somewhat feeble in all through his 6 years as president. We all saw how he was easily bullied by the Northerners, and he pandered and cosseted up to them just so much, and they just treated them with disregard. Do you think it's robust enough?
I don't think he was feeble to them. He played things down a little bit, because remember, first of all, he's
and he's anti-Yoruba as well.
Advisor,
so that's a problem.
Mama, that's not true.
He's anti-Yoruba now.
Security advisor.
You read the list of his staffs here the other day.
Yeah, and he was
But you saw that he had almost 5 Yorubas in his
He had one. We read the list.
Sally, what do you know? It seems she knows something about this. She should tell us, open us to us what she knows, because she's just telling us that.
I mean, this thing came up in a Southeast South group. This was an alliance, in fact, for Goodluck Jonathan earlier, before he lost the election. And in that group, even people were, almost throwing bottles at this guy, this is German, this gentleman who actually brought up the issue. But I suspected it was a lot deeper than what just a surface thing. So from when that guy in particular mentioned it, I knew this thing was actually, there was some workings going on to bring Jonathan back. My only worry, is the fact that it's going to be coming under APC. But again, that might be a chance for APC to get his whole thing right.
Sally, what we are saying is this: 4 years of good luck or 8 years of Peter Obi or a able person. That's what we're saying. Why would you want to a less period of time for you to have the power within your own conference than trade it up to the north? And also, him going to the APC does not guarantee that it will win. And I would say, him going to the APC means that Atiku wins, because if he goes into the APC the way it is right now, there's no way he's getting the vote of the majority of Nigerians. So it's being used to catapult somebody else from the north to win the presidency. So
why do you think that?
Okay, let me explain what I mean. Let me explain that. Wait, guys, wait. Yeah. If Goodluck goes into APC, right, and one man mentioned that Buhari might endorse him, right? If Buhari endorses Goodluck in APC, APC is done. Anybody with the brain knows that. If APC is then done, guess who wins? PDP wins. And it's likely going to be Atiku. So what's the point? What's this game plan?
So what is wrong if Atiku wins?
Oh, no. What is wrong?
Why is the country wants power to transit to the south, or the southern as well.
Okay, so does that mean that no northern person must contest? Is that what you're saying?
No, they can contest, but because they have the rights to.
They have the right to.
But there's no way you're going to pin that position. There's no way you're going to pin permanently.
They are the ones that created that north and south agreement. Now we are not the ones.
Okay, let's look at the permutation. Let's look at the permutation.
Right.
If he gets that ticket,
right,
I believe the South will definitely. I mean, I don't know about the Southwest, but I still believe a good portion of the Southwest will still rather go for him.
No, they will not.
Sally, if that is what you heard, is that what you guys have talked about? Is that what if that's what you guys are banking?
And even let me tell you, the Southeast will not even vote for him as well.
No, they will. They will.
The Southeast will not vote for Jonathan. Go and mark it down this time around.
Okay, Sally, why do you feel? Because there's a good. I think you've already considered that because the APC space in terms of the South is very much a Southwest play.
Yeah.
So if they foist Goodluck Jonathan on them, the Southwest would not vote for him. I think we can say that. But why do you think the Southeast would vote for him? Because the Southeast will also be of the same.
For him because he did quite a lot. He really did quite a lot.
That's not the point.
Hold on. Sorry. Can you hold on?
I hadn't come in, but everybody's talking at the same time.
Yeah, this is the thing. I try to manage it, but
when I
say hold on, that includes you.
To you all last night. I've listened to all your views.
Let's hear from Sally now. Yeah, go on, Sally.
Give you your background.
Yeah.
But one thing you have to realize is that if he gets in, the Southeast is going to support him. At least a majority will support him because they would have that intention. They would have that belief that he's going to give them the chance for the referendum that they've long been asking for.
No,
and it's that kind of gentleman.
They are not that naive.
No. Even if he doesn't, he's going to reopen that chapter of the conference. Of that same conference that everyone came together to sit and talk and blah blah blah, and that will be a platform for the Southeast and the South and the Southwest.
Sally, do you know that if Goodluck Jonathan comes in, because the Southeast is very much in play too, so if Goodluck Jonathan comes in, would you not consider that the Southeast might see that he has come in to their detriment? Because the Southeast narrative that it is our slot now. So they don't want to be subordinated to anybody. So would they not consider that he's taking their slot somewhat?
But that is not guaranteed. I mean, it's not guaranteed because even the APC does not have a book to move things from south to north and so on. They don't have that rotational policy within their inside constitution. But then PDP has that. And yet PDP is now, flanking Atiku around when really they should be showing us more of the Peter Obi. Have you seen it? They
are, my sister. They are doing that.
I don't see how him taking a chance on the odd side, the odd chance to actually come back in and continue to deliver what he had intended to do before everything fell apart.
Okay.
Why can't he pull his weight behind Ngige in APC then? If he feels that
Ngige?
Yes. Why can't he put his weight behind Ngige?
You cannot do that.
Man. What is the name of this? The other man, Onu. Why can't he put his weight behind Onu? This man, Jonathan, you are promoting here is a selfish man, a treacherous man.
No, you're not getting it.
What is it? What does he want to go and do now that they couldn't do for 6 years? But you keep saying that, if this man come,
why would you trade in 4 years for 80?
It's his wish.
He organized this. He organized the
you went to the river today. You did not catch fish. You can still go and try it tomorrow or next tomorrow. What are you saying?
Don't worry. Let opposition voice against you come in too. You can't be telling us all this, and you think we're gonna be looking at you, be saying all this.
No. What Sally is saying is that if you go to the river and you didn't catch fish today, you can go again tomorrow. So it's to say that what good luck Jonathan, the errors and the gains that he has learned, he will address.
He had the constitutional conference. He had the report of constitutional conference. A year after prior to his leaving office, he couldn't implement it. You said you want to go and implement it now.
No time. Remember, by the time
my sister, don't defend what is indefensible.
No, she is right. There was no time.
There was no time at the time.
The confab was
time. He could have been calm and
what he had to go through. Do you know what he had to go through? And I mean,
oh my God! All these are just excuses.
Please, you've been ranting for
all these excuses. We should stop it.
Can I talk now? You shout. You talking.
There's no political will to pass that confab.
All right. Let's say from.
Wait.
Okay, take a position from. Hold on, Babati. Take a position from Babati Selibi, and then wrap it up with the position that Ajande Koko has put to you. That Goodluck Jonathan has sufficient enough time to do a lot of things and he failed. So take a position from Babati, and then we hear from Selibi.
We've had Obasanjo go.
Oh, hold on. Take a position from Babati. I think Babati wants to put something to you.
This is my, I'm saying that it wasn't an issue of time. There was no vote. The political will from the North was not there to pass anything. So even if it's there for 4 years, there was no vote for that conference.
Okay.
So it's not an issue of time.
Good. Okay, I've understood that. But let me revert back to that. Now, if he did all that, and the political will of the North was not there. So do you think there's any other person that can come in and change the political will of the North?
No.
See? Exactly.
No. I'm not saying no. We're discussing Goodluck. You said the reason for him coming back was to finish up what he was started, and I'm saying that it had nothing to do with the time.
I'm not saying to finish up what he started necessarily. I did not say that. You're taking no. Don't quote me. I didn't say that he's coming to finish what he started. I'm saying that is an opportunity for him to come back and look into the difficulties we're having today. Him having not even fulfilled that particular resolutions of the conference. You think he's just going to throw it? Have you ever written a book and you just throw it away? Even when people criticize your book, you still have to go back and answer or see where you can actually put it. It was his project.
No. So let me ask you: when is it easier for any president to get most things done? Their first time or their second time? Anywhere in the world. Is that first time now? That's the easiest.
It's the second term. It's the second term because in the second term, you know that you are no longer in play anymore. No.
I'm saying your own policies, not what you're doing with other people. Because right now, if it gets in there, it does not have that political will, like I mentioned earlier. Secondly, you've beat enough enemies that you won't even get anything done. So forget anything about federal unity. It's going to be, but this is my point I was making. It's not coming to the APC to win that ticket to get the presidency. I think we're even jumping the ropes here.
See, once it gets into power, it gets into the power,
it won't get there. That's my point. No, Sally. He's not there to get the power. Listen, he is not being drafted into the APC to win the presidency. He is being used as a tool to launch Atiku in. That's my point. And he does not see that.
How will that happen when in the past Atiku has been unable to win him?
Listen. If they if they draft in APC, Goodluck into APC tomorrow, and say okay, this is our guy. APC is done. We all know that. That gives Atiku the opportunity to get what he wants. My issue is that let's say that there's a way that he can actually win. I will support you. Okay, let's get in it. But I'm saying that he's being drafted into the APC. He's being used to get Atiku in.
That is your speculation.
It's not speculation.
That's your permutation. So it's probably not so.
No.
I thought about that too.
Wait, Sally.
I thought about that too.
APC is a north-southwest party majorly. Think about that. If you draft somebody from the south-south,
But look at it this way now. You've not listened to what I've got to say. You said I should connect with you. Now, if that happens, right? If he gets that position, even if he gets the ticket for the APC, I trust you. Trust me, a lot of people will fall in line with him. A lot of people, the whole South will fall in. Okay, wait. The whole South will fall in line with him. Yeah. Okay. At least half of the Southeast will fall in line with him, or they will be somehow, kind of like, people will appeal to them to join with him, because after all, he was good to them. He was good to the Southeast. Okay. So I think a lot of people will come, and that is where there will be some kind of rallying point and some kind of positive projection
on the South.
That is not going to ask. If we have somebody who is obviously active, still very active, and somebody who listens, and somebody who's kind enough to listen to all the voices of the people, that he will do something to that respect.
Can you hold on? Hold on, Babati. Let's hear from Rational Mind, who wants to put a position. So I'll take a position from Rational Mind.
Sally, let's assume that Jonathan wins the ticket for APC. Remember in 2015 how they unsell Jonathan, how they accuse him of many things. Now the same party that defeated him, he now cross-carpet to that party. Now imagine that you are the campaign manager of Jonathan. How are you going to sell Jonathan to Nigerians, considering the whole thing they said in 2015 that made people to vote him out, that made people to really seem to be a weak person, a corrupt person, that he supervised a government whereby the majority of people under him, they massively loot that country. So you as a campaign manager, how would you sell it to other people?
Well, I'm going to sell his character. I'm going to sell his character because, for one thing, I know that he's, first of all, we didn't even consider how when he took over from Alamesia, prior to him becoming the vice president, how he handled Bayelsa. When I went to Bayelsa at that time, based on my own personal knowledge, he was very efficient. He was very reachable. It was easy to go to his office and see him like no other governor. I couldn't see the governor of Rivers State, Amechi, even though I know him, I have his number and everything. But to see Goodluck Jonathan, whom I didn't even had no connections, I only came from London and I wanted to talk to him about coming to, bringing a road show here to develop Bayelsa. He had done one before, but I thought we should do one specifically for tourism. And I was able to get from one point to the other, from one point to directives on how that project can actually be realized. So for that reason, I believe that for that reason, I believe that, we have a little chance there. We'll have a little hold there to
the situation that country finds itself right now. All the thing you're talking about does not matter.
No, what did I talk about? Can you say what I talked about?
You said you will sell his personality. No, Nigerians.
No, you said I will sell his personality. How did I say I will do it?
You said you will let people understand that he's a reachable person, he's approachable. People can go like yourself, use yourself as an example. You have his number, all those kind of things. No, that's not what Nigerians need right now.
I said I didn't have his number. I didn't have his number, but I was
maybe I misunderstood what you said there.
I was able to take my project to him, but I didn't even get to see him.
You are trying to sell his personality. That's what Nigerians need now.
Personality is important. That's why America gets it right. Personality is important.
Let me put this to you. I want to counter what you just said. That personality does not matter right now. It's somebody that will put food on the table, that will put Nigerians to work. Nigerians wants to work. Nigerians wants to be able to feed their families, take care of their needs, have constant electricity. This guy was there. What did he do? He never did anything. Look at how you
cannot say that is very anecdotal. You cannot say that he never did anything. The same Niger bridge that the Igbos are clamoring about. Hold on.
Even the character you're talking about, you're trying to sell about this man, he has no character. Look at what we're saying right now. Look at what he's doing. Of course, legally, he has the right to contest. But morally, he should not do that. It should not.
Morally, I mean, in the West,
Yeah.
as you say,
Morally,
mature
civilizations, the implications, the far-reaching implications.
They will
so
not.
you come here and tell us this man. Look.
You see,
for me, good luck, Jonathan. I don't see him as. I mean, I don't even know these people. Is it good? Is it Wiki? Is it the likes of Obi? Is it like other people from East are rallying around against him? Around it? Maybe the Northerners will do that, but not the Easterners, not the Westerners. That guy, if he goes on and contests, cleans the ticket for APC, forget it, it's done.
You see, Shelby, an Igbo guy will never vote for God. You know why I say that? Because Igbo will never vote for Goodluck Jonathan or Yoruba guy. You know why? Because they will have been president. No Igbo guy will vote for them. That's a fact. No
okay, so the fact is that they're going to vote for APC, isn't it? And they're going to vote for Atiku. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Or they're not going to vote at all? They're going to totally abstain. Is that a fact?
You see what you see what the Igbo leaders just said? They say warning, and what they say is the truth. Igbo leaders make a good point. They say they must give points to Igbo. They must. No, that's enough.
They have to go and earn it, as we often say.
The job here become president. Yoruba become president away. They're not company. Give it Igbo. What's the point? Not hard. Simple.
Supposing he goes another way and then he's able to contest with Peter Obi, will that be agreeable to you?
Listen, my sister.
Contest with Peter Obi for how?
My sister, listen.
But that's the way it's supposed to be. 2 Southerners. It's supposed to be like that.
On different parties.
Just listen.
Yes.
Okay?
Like Atiku and Buhari.
Okay.
The issue because we are, in this person is my person. Me, I'm not Igbo, I'm not Yoruba, I'm not Hausa. Okay, we have other tribes in that country. You guys should know that.
Then what are you? What are you?
Just forget what I am. I'm just a Nigerian. What I'm saying is that this issue that because it's my person, you will defend them at all costs.
It's not good. I have to defend my person.
It's not good.
If it's a Southern, no, if it's a Southern person, I will. Like
that is the problem that I am talking about.
The country. That's the problem.
If it's a Southerner, we have to defend him when he's doing wrong things. We have to run his head.
Can I make one point?
That is the problem.
No, I will make this point before you come because you've been saying you want to make point. Let me make
hold on. Hold on. Sorry, Landa Janle.
And he said that
can you hold on, everybody? Ajanle Koko, land your point, and then Brownberry, and then Sally point.
And she said that, if Jonathan is the candidate, the South, the Southeast will support him. I mean, for 4 years, to govern for 4 years, for the North to come back. So it's going to be saying, hold on, my sister, don't call our people, don't take us as hold on now. Let me make my statement
regarding Nigeria. So, I love Nigeria in as much as I don't love what is going on in the north, and
for Jonathan to satisfy his 4 years, the entire South and Southeast will go stupidly with him and vote for him, right? How does that sound to you? Does that not stand as a stupid idea at all? Does it not stand as a stupid idea that the South and Southeast will vote for him for 4 years?
Nigerians,
when you compare, now we're going to look at Jonathan 4 years again, and then Northerners 15 years.
I didn't vote Buhari in.
We were stupid to put Buhari in the first place.
You bring in. I mean,
it was Jonathan foolishness. It was Jonathan foolishness that brought Buhari in. It's failure that brought Buhari in. He cannot do anything. He's not capable of being a leader.
All right, thank you, Ajanle Koko. So hold on. Take a position from Brownberry and then wrap all of them up and then add on the statement you wanted to make. So the next voice, Brownberry, you wanted to say.
What I expected from Sally is to come and
Brownberry has been talking now.
No, he wanted to put the position
to talking. I haven't been talking.
Okay,
what I expected from you.
Yeah, go on.
I don't care if Jonathan was my immediate brother. What I expected is that the interest of the South is what you should come here to defend. Because what Jonathan is doing, I mean, we did a lot for Jonathan. Okay, what Jonathan is doing right now, how is he going to? I mean, what is he going to do for the South? Okay, he's just going to go there for 4 years. Do you know
Why
what
do
this?
You believe so?
Oh, he's going to go there for 10 years.
Why do you believe he will just go there? I'm underlining just go there.
8 or 4.
Okay.
Which one is more?
Hold on. We asked you earlier.
You said just go there. Can you explain what you mean by that?
It's just 4 years.
No,
we asked
just,
you earlier
what do you mean just 4 years?
Hold on, Sally. We asked you earlier about the Southeast. You said, are we talking about just the 5 states? You started talking about,
I just wanted to distinguish what you're talking about.
No.
Whether it's Igbo or just the zone.
But it was
we're talking about that, but you didn't say anything.
There are non-Igbos in the Southeast.
He gave them a minister of this. I mean, come on.
All right. Let's only. Okay, I think we
don't
get.
Support this, man. Don't support this silly. Don't support.
All right. I think we get the point. Just for reasons of time, let's Sally address the. You can see that passions are very much high on this idea. You know, people are just not. People feel somewhat betrayed by even the thought of it, and I think you've heard that, Sally. So address what Adenle Koko is putting to you and Brownberry, and then add on that point that you said you wanted to insert. So the next voice, Sally B's.
Well, I just stepped in basically to at least look at the whole situation objectively rather than being sentimental. Because when I first heard that Goodluck Jonathan was going to come in, I wasn't agreeable to that, you know, and I felt it was like something that it was a strategy or a way of playing out the South. But again, somebody wants to play you out. Let's say somebody wants to serve the tennis to your right, or and things, or whatever, you know how the tossing on the tennis ground can be. You can also strategize on how to counter that. And I feel that if that is a window of opportunity, perhaps we should just give it a consideration. I'm not saying we should accept it, but give it a very, don't just dismiss it. Look at it and give it a considerable, give it some kind of consideration, whereby the fact that you have that closeness to him, or the fact that he is approachable, and the fact that he's knowledgeable and at least educated, he will be able to make some kind of reasoning as to what the South is trying to demand and meet them somewhere. He's not going to just go all there and be, brawling with all the northern Fulani oligarchs and then just basically come home bringing nothing. That is not going to happen, because
Sally, does Goodluck Jonathan have a set of unique and peculiar skills that cannot be found in any of the other people aspiring from the South?
Well, it might not be better than Okonjo-Iweala. Sorry, it might not. Of course.
No, the people
might not
contending.
Be better than, sorry, can I land, please? Every time, you always interrupt.
No, that was me. That was me. But carry on, yeah.
So, he might not have that particular. He might not. Well, I know because he's approachable, and because you can have a discussion with him, and because you can lobby him, even if it means lobbying him through the West. Because one thing you have to realize, and this was a statement I want to make, that the ace is in the North. Whether we like it or not, the power is there, the numbers are there, the money is also there, the corporation is there, the what do you call it? They all love themselves, the religion, there's some kind of oneness there. Whereas we are all different and we're all very individualistic. We all have minds, democratic minds of our own, even in families. Everybody, would have to be, do their own thing. Whereas the North is just not, in that kind of way. Now, what I'm trying to say is that even if the Southwest does not vote for him, if they have agreed in the North that he is the one they should, give that position, they will give it to him. They will definitely give it to him, even if Atiku is contesting with him. And it's not the first time Atiku has contested with him and he won. It's not the first time.
You mean they will rig him in?
I'm not saying they will rig him. I'm saying they have the numbers.
The North alone cannot win election.
Did you not listen to what I said? I said they have numbers. They have numbers.
But as much numbers they have.
Of course they have numbers. Whether they are fake numbers or not, they brandish those numbers to you, and you can.
My sister, can I interject?
I'm not even sure that Goodluck lost his election. I'm not sure about that he actually lost. But because we saw children voting, we saw small, petty children.
He lost election. Don't let us say he lost.
No, he did not.
He
And
lost
even if he lost,
election.
with what magnitude did
He
he lose?
lost.
He only lost 1 million. Just 1 million.
Actually, Celibis, I agree with you. He did not lose that election. He did. No, he did not. Now he did not.
He was the one in power. How can somebody from outside come and rattle you? He lost the election.
Yeah, that's why I said he was weak and feeble.
He lost the election. The totality of the South, the Southwest, voted for him. And the people from his party broke apart. So they went and voted.
Did he lose his election? Did Edioha lose his election?
Forget about Edioha. Don't bring Edioha. Don't bring Edioha case here. We are talking about Jonathan.
He's not just shouting for
Saraki left the party. Atiku left the party. Kwankwaso left the party. Tambuwa left the party. All those big weights from the north, they left and voted for APC. And you are saying that they didn't lose the election. What are you talking about?
Back to PDP again? Did they not go back to PDP?
He lost the election.
He lost the election. That's just taking.
Don't defend that.
No, he did not lose that for
He saw several videos from the South when underage were voting too. What are you talking about?
I did not see that though, but I saw that.
Yeah, it existed.
He lost it because of.
We saw it.
I think he lost it because of the Southwest votes that Tinubu
exactly.
Of course, it was the Southwest votes that failed him.
So he lost.
That's a fact.
Okay. So he lost, right? He lost.
He lost.
Exactly. Thank you very much. There we go.
In fact, he did not even lose the election.
He was rigged out of office.
He lost. Either way, he lost.
All right.
I'm not going to laugh at people who lose the election. You think it's easy? Even in England here, it's not easy to get one vote. It's not easy.
It's easy or hard. He lost. That's the point.
All right. Let me take a moment to acknowledge the super chat. Then next, I want to hear from Insebide, who wants to put a position to the conversation. But Alexander super chat to just when we were debating earlier on, it says a classic one-man show today. Obasanjo is the best president in the last 40 years by a country mile. I just checked the indexes, spectacular record. So that was when I think somebody was pointing out that Adanle Koko defends Obasanjo blindly. And Chris Nwago, he super chats to the conversation. He says the present-day confusion in Nigeria should be blamed on Jonathan for his failure to defend democracy in Nigeria. Rather, he traded the country, and that is what we were saying. Meek and feeble. It's just not. It's not robust enough for what that country needs. But thank you for the super chat. In CBD, you wanted to put a position.
Yeah. Obviously, I think anybody right now that has been following these politicians and that understands the needs and the state we are in that country now. I think everybody that is, they should look at someone like, look at people for their capacity and what they can do, people that are knowledgeable and all that. And the only person now that is in a major political party, that can do that is Peter Obi. But as much as I'm all for Peter Obi, Jonathan, if I didn't find him credible, I will never defend him, because I think as much as we are saying meek and feeble, you need to understand that there was a lot that there was a lot of other situations that were beyond his control, and the only way that he could have maintained some level of peace in the country was to just leave that seat for them. Yeah, we might be saying he was meek and feeble, but where we should ask ourselves, were we ready to pay that price that if he had refused to step down for those guys? You understand? So I wouldn't blame Jonathan for.
One thing too.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him for all those, because we saw everything. The thing is that some of us, we forget easily. We saw how these people did a lot of smear campaign for against Jonathan. We saw how they threatened him. We saw how the man came out and said by himself that Boko Haram is in his cabinet, is in his government. So the guy was surrounded, but on all sides. And he could have really played.
And what would change this time around?
So this time around, to be honest with you, I'm not supporting Jonathan unless if he's telling
so
us
it's a busted flush now.
I'm not, because I'm not supporting him this time around unless
what about the referendum?
Unless if he's telling us he's going there to restructure the government.
There's no political
maybe he should campaign. Wait, sorry. Maybe he should campaign on. He's bringing back regional restructure. He's going to restructure. If he start campaigning on that, I'm telling you, some people will think of the greater good and they'll just vote for him, even if it's going to be 4 years. But if he's telling us that he wants to go with the same system we have, 1999 Constitution, want to go, no sensible person should just vote for him, because that would be like, it would also, it would be like, so how do they say it? Yeah, like you guys have been saying, like 4 years you're giving to those guys and you're coming back. But if you're telling us that there's a major transformative agenda that you have and you campaign on that, maybe people can, even me that I'm shouting Peter Obi, I can be thinking, okay, if we have Peter Obi with this same constitution, or Jonathan with that will bring this drastic change that we need, I will use my head and I will say, let's go for Jonathan. But right now, he's not campaigning on that, so we cannot vote Jonathan. With this,
he's not campaigning yet. He has not started campaigning, so you can't say what he's campaigning on.
What you just said. Can I ask you a question? 2 questions.
Yeah.
You said he will campaign on regionality. I mean, restructuring.
Yeah, and all that.
Hold on. Didn't we hear from?
I don't know if he's
now.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me make. Didn't we hear Buhari campaign on restructuring? When he get there, what did he do? That's one point. Now, I forgot the other second question I wanted to ask you.
So what makes you think Shaware will do that? Will do all the things he's saying?
Hold on. What I want to say is this. My position has always been this. People who are the cause of our problem, who participated in our problem, who brought our problem, cannot be part of the solution to that problem. That is my position. Because these people we keep talking about, they've been there. This is what I want to do. So another question I want to ask you is this. Why is it that people, the constitution made for 8 years, which I know maybe even from some standard, they said it's not even enough for some people to really achieve what they want to do. Some people say 4 years is enough. Now, this guy was there for 4 years. This idiot that is presently there, he was there for 8 years. He's not able to achieve so many things to bring it turnaround for average Nigerians, but for his own selfish interest. Now, this guy was there for 4 years. What is the guarantee that the many 4 years that he has, let's assume that he's going to have that 4 years, is able to achieve these things that he's not able to do when he was there for 4 years? Because consecutively, you need that two terms to be able to at least get done what you want, what you have as agenda, or you have in plan for the nation or for the country. But now he has 4 years left. What is the guarantee that the remaining 4 years?
Yeah, but he's going to pick up from where he left off now.
Pick up for what? He cannot pick up from where he left because 2015 is gone, and things have changed. A lot of things has changed since then. Okay. So it will be difficult for him to pick up from there. He cannot even pick up from there.
All right. Let Nsebede address what you said. Yeah, Nsebede.
Yeah, you see, there's no guarantee in any of these things. And to be honest with you, this time, I'm definitely not. It's not wise. It's not wise. As much as I don't blame Jonathan, to be honest, I don't blame Jonathan for anything negative that happened in the past. Whether you call corruption, maybe I can blame him because that's something that you can blame any president. But all this insecurity and whatever, why did he hand over? I can't blame him for that because we cannot disregard. We cannot just write off what was happening then. But right now, I don't think anybody should vote for Jonathan if he's just coming to do. Right now, it's obvious that he's just playing out the plans of some northern cabal. To be honest. Because what is that change? What is that? Even if he's going to bring change under 4 years and he's going back to the north, so it doesn't make. I don't think it's wise for us.
He doesn't have to go back to the north. Who's going to agree that? Then that is what, when he comes in, is going to be probably the system will all change and make it open to anyone. Probably we're going to have a referendum. He's going to be, and I think he'll be agreeable to that referendum thing that we've been asking for.
But he tried to do that.
I feel this good luck Jonathan solution I don't
tried
believe.
the referendum
Hold on
before.
now. Let me say something now. I heard what you said, replying you. Now, I think bringing back Jonathan is not just a northern plan. I believe it's the western plan. I believe it's
what do you mean Western countries?
Originated from a few doors away from me, Westminster. They are the ones that are trying to get him in because they feel he's a reachable person that they can probably do something with for them to save Nigeria one way or the other. But I still feel Jonathan has a stubborn trait, despite his gentle-looking nature and demeanor. He still has a very stubborn. Yeah, he does have a stubborn trait. When he decides to do something, he will do it. To be quite honest, because this has been going on. He's taking a lot of time to consider the pros and cons. And he's not an unreasonable man. He's not a greedy man. He's not somebody who likes so much fancy. It's the people around him that made him to look, not much as his humble self, I would say, because he would sit down. I mean, come on, he's an academic. He's going to sit down and with people, just like how we brought back Okonjo-Iweala, which Basanjo abandoned because she was doing so much good and she was making sure we're having our checks and balances. And she was just suddenly removed and put in another ministry for which she declined to take up. And then when he came in and saw what she did, she was the first person, he quickly brought back, and I think if he's that kind of person who look at the whole economic team that Buhari set up. He didn't even listen to any of them. And look at the young lady that he brought from London, who went there even without NYSC qualification. So people have been making these mistakes have been going on in Nigeria. But the North will not release their hand to any Igbo man. You know that. They can say it 100 times, they will not. They will not. Because from the beginning,
what do you know?
The advances of Ahmadu Bello, and they will not.
No, I think we have this kind of mentality about how the North.
But that is the truth.
But you need to understand something. The North only needs someone that will look at them as equal, and that will not try to play. If we're being honest, I think for many of them, maybe not all of them, definitely there are some tribal, how they call it Jugonaut in every, in every region. But I think largely, if you look at the North, you need to understand that there is North Central, there is North Central Benue. Don't forget Benue is even part of the North that we are talking about.
Yeah, and a huge area of the North, yes.
Yeah, and you want to tell me that Benue, that have thieves, Idoma as the two largest ethnic groups in that state, is thinking the same way someone, for example, someone from Sokoto might be thinking. So you need to understand that the North itself.
But one thing you have to understand, the North that you mentioned, the North Central, most of it, Jos, Benue, Taraba, they've always gone. Even in the other in the Shagari days, they went for Shagari. They were for NPP. They were not for. Yes, they were for NPP. Just was for NPP. Plateau State was for Benue State was for NPP, and so on. They did not go for the North.
All right. Sorry, Zibide, but that's a good spot to leave it.
I wanted to finish now.
Okay, finish, and then we round off.
So I feel like once we are saying the North, we should also understand that a lot of them, like for example, look at the kind of politics Peter Obi is playing right now. Peter Obi is playing a much clever and more, how do you say, polished and acceptable politics than Wike. The man is going to these places, all the places we've had Wike talking. Are you not seeing that he's the one making both declaration and accepting himself at the same time? But Peter Obi will go to Bauchi, he will talk, and the Bauchi top politicians, those people will come there and they will talk after him, and they will, you need to see how the politics is being played.
Are you comparing Peter Obi then with are you comparing Wike then with Goodluck Jonathan? Because they are two different characters, totally different.
He's highlighting how Peter Obi is politics.
Yeah, he's playing a much more acceptable politics that the North can follow. That's what I mean.
All right, thank you, Nsibide. So thank you, Nsibide, and thank you especially Selibi for coming up and weathering the storm. It's usually like this. It's nothing personal, as you know. It's just important matters that people hold fervent views about. as we are passionate about it, everyone else is passionate about it. So it's the passion, of course, that it often spills over. So always good to hear from you, Celibes, and you don't join us often enough. But that's Celibe who decides to come in, especially when you mention Goodluck. When you mention Igbo land, expect to hear from Insibidu. If you mention Goodluck Jonathan, expect to hear from
But I used to come in to fight for Nnamdi Kanu now. You know, he's my man.
Yeah, but you've
He's
abandoned
the one
him
that
now.
has opened the space for discussion to start with. Without Nnamdi Kanu, we will not even be talking all these things. So
very
I
true.
think they're really scared of Igbo right now, and you will not blame them. They're very
they've
scared.
always been scared of the Igbos, and that is the problem.
Even now it's worse. Now it's worse than any other time. So I think they want
they
a
are
middle
unpredictable.
man who is not so Igbo.
Sally,
But mind you, Goodluck Jonathan's wife is Igbo too.
Let's vote for Peter Obi. Let's come together and support this guy.
Well, if Peter Obi comes up, we'll vote for him, definitely. But if he doesn't come up, who do we have?
All right, guys, I must leave. Sorry, Babati. Yes, I must leave. So I leave it there, carry conversation on, and peace. But guys, if you are around in the evening, we have more time. So that was the session. Thank you. And thanks, Eddie. All right, cheers.
Bye.